What is your favorite moment from internet history? A radio station here in Dallas had recently mid-1990s started streaming online. The announcer was describing how amazing it was to get emails from listeners from literally all over the world. Her favorite was two boys who liked the station's music, but what really fascinated them were the traffic reports. They'd spent their entire lives on some little island in the Pacific, and the thought of a line of cars several miles long absolutely blew their minds. LimeWire. It was also responsible for giving the family computer aids, but boy did it download. The best was using LimeWire free to download LimeWire Repro. I remember the night Princess Diana died. The news broke on the internet a few hours before it hit the news. It was crazy. Not necessarily my favorite moment, but stands out as the first real time I saw the potential of the internet to distribute information much faster than news. Dude, yeah, I was on ICQ and some said it in the channel. I told my parents and they were like, how do you know? It popped up on the news a while later. Internet for the win, and it kept on winning. Early YouTube, like 2007-ish. Videos on it were more authentic and captured real life back th. Now it's literally a market. And the fact that you could have video responses to videos. Me and my friends used to make videos in 2007 and every single one would have a video response of just a black screen and a disguised voice saying he was coming to kill us. Freaked us out. Turns out it was one of our friends who was making videos with us the whole time. Our stupid selves really thought a stranger was stalking our 15-view videos. There was a time when the internet felt like the Wild West. Corporations were largely ignoring it, and people were making all sorts of content out of passion, not because they wanted to make money. It felt like all digital products and information in the entire world was available for free through either torrent or the Usenet. Along with the great availability came great risk. If you weren't smart, a song download could end up being a virus that wiped your hard drive. You could easily hack websites and often even databases and systems. The government was pretty ignorant about all of it, so if you were even moderately careful and not attacking important government sites or financial institutions, it was very low risk. I never did any black hat stuff, but I loved finding exploits and poking around systems as an unauthorized user. Blogging wasn't evolved yet, so everyone made really awful websites, full of great content. The internet as a whole was about concepts and ideas, not people and products. Of course, as more people started getting online, the companies started paying attention, and then came MySpace. After MySpace was created, normal everyday people started flocking to the internet. With this massive influx of users came new laws and new advertising. The new content was now commercial when it wasn't egotistical. So I suppose for me, that moment of internet history I love the most is right before MySpace became popular. It was probably best about 2 years before MySpace, when we were taking on DRM, the RIAA, the MPAA and corporations in general, and feeling like we were winning. Anonymous was active and seemed untouchable. People all across the globe were helping NASA search for extraterrestrial life in a giant hive project called CT. Everything felt new and free. As an aside, Supernova, Organ their related forum and Ike was badass. I made a bunch of friends there that I kept in contact with for years. A lesser known one, but I still love it. Samsung had a new phone out and you got a $50 Play Store credit for buying said phone. Samsung hired out the promotion to a no-name company. Go to their site, enter the email like a serial number, name, email, and they email you a code for a $50 Play Store credit. Well, IMO is a sequential. Plus you can easily grab one from an eBay auction. This was a planned 4-month promotion with 30,000 $50 credits to be given out. Yes, $1,500,000 in Google Play Store credits. And they were all gone within 2 days. People were grabbing a couple hundred each and eBaying them at half off. I saw one guy's eBay account. He made like $3,000 via selling them. Slick deals. Those bastards will ruin any promotion possible. 1994. Got AOL in high school and was pretty depressed. An unknown 15/F/TX literally saved my life by talking to me all night long and won't let me sign off and take some pills. She even met me every day for the next 2 years to make sure I had someone to look forward to talk to and to list best damn friend and internet moment I could have asked for. Maybe not historical, but the most important internet moment in my history. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silver, friends. To answer a couple questions, no, we never met in person, but she knows why. We kept in touch for a long time and really just grew apart. No hard feelings, it just happened. It doesn't change what she did or what it meant. No, it's not fake. There are some things that we just can't say in person. I had a great upbringing and have a wonderful family. I didn't want to disappoint them with my thoughts of myself as a 10. I was lucky that a complete stranger listened on the right day and I had access to the tool that made it possible even with my 28.8 modem. YouTube before Google bought it. Remember when people didn't make money, or at least not very much, off of their YouTube videos? They just did it because it was fun. I remember that for a long time YouTube was basically a bunch of sketch comedy, music videos and illegal movies being posted in 8 different parts. Like when Smosh was popular, Jeepers Media/Mike Mozart doing toy reviews, Nostalgia Critic was just some dude in a room with a shooty camera talking about movies, W/O cutaways and elaborate remakes of movies, how it should have ended, Charlie the Unicorn, the Duck Song, the Golden Age of YTPs, Ray William Johnson, the Key of Awesome was making parodies of popular songs, Fred, the Fine Brothers pioneered the React genre, and other things I can't think of off the top of my head. When somebody created a 404 page that said you have reached the last page of the internet, now go outside and play.
N.
Scrolled down really far and haven't seen it yet. Red vs Blue, but to a greater extent Machinima. Old Flash animations. I remember watching them on Newgrounds at friends' houses and in my dorm. All Your Base Are Belong to Us, Magical Trevor, Catface, The Llama Song, The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. There were so many, and they were just for us, you know? Songs, stories, and videos just for us internet people. I could say badger, badger badger to a friend and they would go mushroom, mushroom, and people who were not internet people would look at us like we had just grown second heads, but a fellow internet person would go ahh, snake, a snake, oh, it's a snake, and we'd make a new friend maybe. The news that Flash is no longer being supported as of the end of this year. I didn't expect to feel as sad about that as I do, but that's a piece of my youth I actually will miss. Did any of y'all have favorite Flash animations from sites like Albino Black Sheep or Newgrounds? Twitch plays Pokemon when it first started. It was such a revolutionary thing and everyone was watching to see how it would go. Anticipation for other applications of the concept ran high. Unfortunately, it was just a short fad and nothing more. 4chan locating the "He will not divide US flag" by looking at flight patterns and star constellations. The time 4chan got a poll on Mount Dew's site to name their new flavor, Hitler did nothing wrong. I think Gushing Granny was in a close second. That one time Redditors made a painting together by coloring 1 pixel at a time. My 10-year-old was recently telling me about this. I got to pull the dude, I was there, routine. AOL Instant Messenger being the hub of internet communication. But once MySpace came in, it was freaking crazy how fast things changed forever. When that man jumped to Earth from outer space. When Kanye West had one of his first public meltdowns on Twitter. It seemed like everyone I know who stays up past 11 PM anyway was live tweeting/posting about it, just watching the epic train wreck in progress. I remember just before his album The Life of Pablo came out, and he has like 25 tweets all labeled in order. That's the one I remember. Also when he mentioned he might make an album called TurboGrafx 16, and then the value of the console with the same name went up for a week or so by a bunch. That's the one where Wiz Khalifa said something about KK Kalafakash, but I thought he was talking something about Kim Kardashian, so he went on a massive Twitter tirade against him, numbering all his points. Got up to like 50 or something. My favorite part of that whole ordeal was how halfway through the rant, I said something along the lines of BTW your pants are really cool, before he went back into his tirade. When it first launched and was available to all houses, I know the internet was around before people could afford it, but when it finally hit it was exciting. I was about 12 I think, and just learning how to use it. I don't even remember the browser, but my dad was teaching me and just searching for stuff I was into gaming, movies, music and just having all this cool knowledge at once. It was very awesome. This was a time when AOL charged by the minute and I got grounded for a month for the $300 bill. Back in 2014 someone tried to host a Tumblr convention called DashCon and it was a complete hilarious failure. There was a ball pit. Someone peed in it. The heavyset guy that got made fun of while dancing at a club. Some people took pictures of this guy and put them on the internet saying how they were making fun of him. One of the pictures is him after he sees them making fun of him and he just looks so sad. Some ladies see it and go to Twitter looking for this guy, inviting him to come dance with them because no one deserves to feel like they shouldn't be allowed to dance. More people got involved, including several celebrities to help really make it a party. They found the guy and invited him to LA and threw him a huge party. That all sad purport. Girl tweets a photo of her purport sadly eating a burger after he had made 12 burgers for his 6 grandkids and only one showed up. Internet being what it is, was very upset that the other grandkids weren't there and admittedly went a little crazy, even sending death threats to the other grandkids for breaking their purport's heart. Story spreads like wildfire. A bunch of people started to say that they would come eat burgers with purport and eventually the family decided to host a massive cookout and people from all over the place came to a small town in Oklahoma to eat burgers with purport. Love me that wholesome shoot. The day Rick rolling started. The late 1990s and early 2000s, when people were just figuring things out and doing things for fun not money. GeoCities sites. Yahoo before Google bought them. Massive pirating with torrents. Message boards were bashing and hate wasn't common. That one time 4chan flooded Tumblr with pronoun gore and other stuff because Tumblr wanted to frig with 4chan for basically no reason as much as I know. My personal favorite was when I accidentally started a meme on Reddit that lasted like a day and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and felt like such a celebrity. I've been chasing that high ever since. I don't know if this counts, but it is a game that requires internet, so I'm going to say the first month that Pokemon Go came out. It was such a cool time with people getting out and meeting new people. It was awesome hearing someone yell out a Pokemon and everyone rushing towards it. It was definitely one of those I was there moments. When Yacht MLG memes were a thing, I personally only learned of them shortly before they died. It was sad seeing them go away when I thought they never would. Also Crash Bandicoot SWO memes on Yacht Bike. They got a bit annoying after a while. It's one of my fav games, and setting it blow like that suddenly on Yacht right before the remake was announced was awesome. Capture the flag with Sheila Biaf. Don't care for politics, but I won't deny that using plane contrails and trigonometry to locate a flagpole was hilarious. The original Twitch Plays Pokemon stream. It was so much more amazing than it had any right to be, and it created dozens of memes. It was one of those things that you had to be there to experience it in its purest form. I remember when the music video for Friday by Rebecca Black was so big it seemed like everyone in the world knew about it and laughed together. I think everyone gets one monkey paw wish in their life, because I remember thinking I can't wait until the next big thing like Friday for us to all laugh about. I swear since then the flood of shooty memes and viral videos started then and never stopped. The Noma Noma guy. One of the first ever YouTube videos to go viral back when the website was in its infancy. The song was one of those annoying ass songs that was so catchy and played everywhere, and seeing that man singing along and doing the motions in his office chair was absolutely hilarious. I was 15 when that blew up, and I laughed so hard I gave myself a nosebleed. Star Wars Force Awakens teaser 2. I watched it around 30 times that day, and just feeling Star Wars was back after about 15 years was very emotional for me. The Silk Road. You could buy pretty much anything and get it mail ordered. It was basically eBay for illicit substances. However, no violent services were allowed for sale. The guy in charge got caught and got sentenced to double life plus 40 years without parole. F-king 240 years for running a website where you can buy weed. He didn't even sell, he just ran it. Count Dankula explains it better than I do. Waking up early in the morning and sneaking quietly into the family room to play Club Penguin when everyone was still sleeping, and it was just peaceful. I went to a concert with some friends when I was 13 or so. One of the guys was texting a girl and handed the phone to me, and I talked to her a bit through the concert. I decided to add her on MySpace and MSN later that night. Only, I didn't add the right girl. I added another girl with the same name by mistake. I started chatting this new girl up for weeks, and not once did she ask why I added her or who I was. We eventually figured it out, and by then we were already friends. I've now had the same best friend for 15 years, all because of mistaken friend request. When I was like 12, it was the late 90s. Sailor Moon was on network TV after school Fox, I think. I would get on a dial-up modem and create websites with GIFs and MIDI music playing in the background. They were called shrines and all over geosites and Angel Fire. It was silly how much enjoyment I got from this.